everyone! So here is my Bath and Body Works Project Use It Up update for the end of November. I'm going to go over my empties first. Strangely enough, I have a lot, but let me show you the first item. I am so proud of myself. I finally finished up the Love Always Wins Fine Fragrance Mist, and as you can tell if I flip it over, I really struggled to use this up. I believe it took me about, so when I started the Project Use It Up update, it was right here. So that means it took me about 11 months, but I'm going to ballpark and say it takes about 12 months. So last time I showed it, it was right here. So I only needed a little bit left and I ended up just using it as a room spray. I don't believe I'll repurchase this. Okay, so I don't know if the scent didn't last at all because it's a citrus scent, or maybe because, I don't know, it was this packaging version, because I know it came back for the fall of 2022. But while I do like the scent, I feel like it doesn't last at all. So I kind of feel like I'd be wasting my money if I repurchase it. But I really enjoy the scent for sure. So yay, finally. Thank you for everyone who believed in me, because I thought this was going to take me like 2 years. But no, thankfully it only took me 1. That is a lot longer than some other people, but I'm happy I have this finished. Alright, and if you can tell, Raspberry Jam Donut, I also finished it. This is the body cream version. Last month, it weighed 2.8 ounces, and right now it's completely empty. I cut it in half, and it weighs 0.9 ounces. So I would repurchase this, but I missed the formula that had, what was it, shea, cocoa, and aloe. I mean, I don't really like the hyaluronic acid version, and that didn't stop it from going yellow. So if I had to choose, I'd rather it go yellow in this formulation than in the other one. I also feel like the scent was a lot stronger in this version of the body cream. But let me show you the inside because, yeah, I had a hard time cutting this up. So I'm not sure how well it's transferring over, but the complete inside of this is stained. And while I do really like the scent, I feel like towards the end, once I had it opened, so I noticed that initially when it was like a bright yellow, the scent still smelled pretty much the same. But then towards the halfway mark, maybe because I kept opening and closing it when I used it, I feel like it took on almost like a plasticky smell that I didn't really like. So then towards the end, it was like raspberry jam donut with a little bit of like a hint of plastic fakeness. But regardless, I love this scent. I love this formulation. Sadly, they don't make it anymore, and I don't think that they'd bring it back. But yeah, I finished up my raspberry jam donut. Thankfully, I have it in the body lotion, which is supposed to last longer, so we'll see about that. But I'm going to move on to a new body cream for next year, or for next month, that I'll show later on. All right, next we have the watermelon, the very old watermelon lemonade pocket back. I used this when I was like in the car sometimes to just smell the scent. Here are all the previous fill lines. So the last time I showed it, it was almost done. It was towards the bottom right below the label. And then for this month, I finished up 3 of these wallflowers. I was using all of these in my room in different outlets. So these 2 initially, they were in my dual plug, but then I switched them over to the scent control because there was hardly any left. If you can tell, the line was right there. And then I believe this line was around the same height. Well, this one was slightly more, but yeah. Now they are completely done with. Let's see. Juicy Pink Grapefruit, I would for sure repurchase it. And then I think Pink Lemonade was alright, but if I had to choose which one I liked more, I definitely like Juicy Pink Grapefruit more. And then the last one that I was also using in my scent control plug, this, I put, wow, that's funny. I put Warm Apple Pie because this came in a duo pack, so there's no label. But I was able to use up all of that remaining liquid. So I'm really happy. I really love Warm Apple Pie, at least in the wallflower plug, because I feel like it smelled almost lactonic. I'm not too much of a fan of heavy apple scents, but I feel like this one was super gourmand and almost like I feel like the warmthness of the pie, like a fresh baked pie, took over the freshness of the apple. So here are the 3 wallflower plugs that I used up this month. Alright, the next empty is the winter room spray that everyone was getting tired of. Previously, this weighed 0.8 ounces and now it weighs 0.7 ounces. My sister and I took this to work and we ended up finishing it there. My boss was able to smell it even though it had nothing left. So what we were doing is we were spraying the office around with like just the air. And then he said to look out for these. Well, we offered. It's like, hey, would you want any room sprays for the office? And he seemed interested. So he said that he really likes these like Christmas tree type scents. So we're going to look out for that, or I'm going to look out for that during the winter SAS. Hopefully I find them. This is definitely a repurchase. I don't know why my family didn't like it, but I really like the scent. I really enjoy it. Super clean, very powerful. Most likely repurchase this if I can find it during SAS. So different lighting, but this part didn't record. These are my two Empties soaps for the month. Berry Waffle Cone, finally finished it, and Perfect Pumpkin. Both of them I would repurchase, and I like that Perfect Pumpkin. It's weird. In the candle, it's almost too pumpkin-y, too spicy, but in the hand soap, I feel like that soapy smell tones it down. Berry Waffle Cone, if I were to repurchase this, it would only be one because my family doesn't really like it or doesn't like it at all. Here are all my progress lines in the back. As you can see, I only had a little bit, so I emptied out this one. I believe it's a Winter Candy Apple or one of the other scents. And then the soap that my family was using, they were able to use up all of this. So here are my two soaps for the month. And then this is my mom's empty. I gave her this Japanese cherry blossom and she was able to finish this up completely. I'm so proud of her. It took her a few months though. So this is my mom's empty. She really loves, I think that's her favorite scent for Bath & Body Works, Japanese cherry blossom. For her birthday, I ended up gifting her a few of these lotions, but in the newer packaging. So we'll see how long it takes her to finish it. Okay, and then an empty that my dad finished up was this antibacterial hand spray in Sunshine and Lemons. And I want to say this took him like less than 3 weeks. So this was actually my sister's, not the one that I gave him last time. But antibacterial hand sprays are definitely going to be on my to-buy list for the winter SAS, since he tends to finish them up very quickly and prefers them over the gel formula. All right, next empty, we have the chocolate espresso martini candle. This one was one that I was warming and I finished it up. I thought I was going to keep the label, so I ended up emptying the wax, but I feel like, I don't know, the packaging doesn't really sell me anymore, so I thought, why keep it? The candle scent itself, I do have a backup, but I think once I'm done with that one, I don't really need another one. The label that changes colors is pretty cute, but I don't know. I feel like the scent is just okay. I would prefer to try other chocolate scents from Bath & Body Works. So here is an empty that I was warming. Another candle that I finished warming was the High Pumpkin Pumpkin Spice Latte. This one smelled, I don't know, I feel like I had so many burn issues with it. Right now, if I try to smell it, it just smells like the unscented wax. So I ended up gifting one of these to my aunt, so we'll see how it performs in her house, but I have about maybe 1 or 2 more left of these, and afterwards I don't think I'd purchase this scent again, or if I did, I would probably warm it and not bother with lighting it. Here is a single wick for the Bath & Body Works Gingerbread Marshmallow. I was using this on my bottom plate warmer because it was just really low. As you can see, it looks kind of messed up, so I don't think I'll keep this packaging. I'll probably end up just recycling it. And yeah, this one, I think I would repurchase it, but I noticed that I don't really like too many spicy or like gingerbread, clove, nutmeg, those types of scents. So I might repurchase this only if I find a really great sale on it, but otherwise this is a good candle, but not like a love. Finally, I finished burning pineapple pound cake. This gave me 0 issues, so the wax that was left over was very tiny, and I feel like it was still pretty fragrant despite burning it all the way through. I really love it, how it performs, so I definitely would repurchase it again. I have about 2 or 3 backups, so I don't really need to buy any more as of right now, but if I find one, I think I would purchase it. Since the weather is pretty cold right now, I don't think I'll buy one anytime soon. Finally, I have these old, small, I think discontinued Bath & Body Works tester candles. So what I did is I burned this maybe like over a year ago, but it had a little bit of wax. But what I ended up doing was using my bottom plate warmer and my top candle warmer in order to finish releasing all the scent that was left over in the wax. I initially thought that I was going to keep these jars, but I still have a few more, and these were kind of dirty if you look. So I don't think I'm going to do that. For the scents, we have on the right vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, and then on the left we have sweet tiramisu. And I think out of these two, I like sweet tiramisu more, mainly just because vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, I've never found one that smells, it smells good, but I've never found one that smells strong, if you know what I mean. So sweet tiramisu, I would purchase it again, and I think I have in the past. Vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, I don't know. I feel like I would have to smell and pick out the one that smells the strongest. Final honorary mention, this is my sister's candle. She decided to actually burn this one. This is Chocolate Lava Cake from 2019. The scent notes were scrumptious chocolate cake, gooey cocoa center, powdered sugar dusting with essential oils. So I really love this. Everyone could smell it when she was burning this. And despite the fact that I'm not going to use this leftover wax, it took on a very sooty smell. But when she was burning it, I didn't notice any real soot. And if I did, it's really minimal. I don't know if the quality used to be better before, but I feel like she was able to burn through this without it being a high maintenance care candle. But if I ever saw this scent again, I would definitely repurchase it. But yeah, that's the last of the empties for this month. Surprisingly, there's a lot more. Normally there's maybe 25% of what I'm showing right now, but I'm really happy that I ended up finishing, especially a lot of the candles because those take up a lot of room, and then candle days coming up, so I need to make room for more. But here are all my empties that I have. The majority of them are candles that I ended up warming, plus that fine fragrance mist that I thought would never end. Okay, moving on to body care. This is the Boardwalk Taffy Shower Gel that I added last month, and let me tell you, I'm enjoying this so much. Despite it being super sweet, it's light enough where I feel like it's not headache inducing at all. And unfortunately, this is, I think, the last one of Boardwalk Taffy and or the repackages that came out, like Cotton Candy Clouds. I definitely do enjoy the shower gel formula versus the moisturizing body wash formula. The scent notes, of course, are spun sugar, pink berries, wood vanilla. So as you can see, I started off at the top of the label, and then now I went down maybe about, I don't know, it's at 3/4 of an inch or an inch, but yeah, this is super fun. My sister says she doesn't like using the shower gel unless it has a pump, so I'm debating whether or not I'll put one in. So we'll definitely see about that, but this has been very enjoyable, especially during this colder weather. I feel like Boardwalk Taffy is just a good everyday type of scent. There's not really an occasion that I feel like it doesn't go with. Since I finished Raspberry Jam Donut, I decided to add this pear creme brulee. I can't remember how much it weighs off the top of my head, but I'll put a picture of it on the left-hand side. So if you can tell, this one has a different formulation from the other body cream that I used up. This one was called the Ultimate Hydration Cream. And then if I turn it over, it has hyaluronic acid and shea butter. The fragrance notes are baked pear, caramelized sugar, and whipped cream. So I think this would be great for this time, as well as even during the fall. And I don't think that this will be too light or too heavy. I think that this is just the right amount of sweetness that I could use even when it's like hot or cold. So if I open it up and if I kind of take out just a little bit, it's still pretty white. So I feel like that's not a big issue right now. I definitely feel like the scent of this isn't as strong as my Raspberry Jam Donut. I can't tell if that's scent specific or if it's because maybe it has to do with the formulation. I'm not too sure. But here's the body cream, pear creme brulee, that I will be using starting December. So unfortunately for my 1000 Wishes travel size body lotion, I left it at work. I told myself, oh, I need to take it out of my bag in order to use it, but then I ended up forgetting it. So I might just keep it in my bag. Previously, it was 3.5 ounces, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to estimate that it's the same weight, so 3.5 ounces, so no change there. Moving on to hand sanitizer. So this is the one that replaced watermelon lemonade. I don't believe the scent has come back, but this is the scent Fresh Strawberries. Now, this one I feel like smells a lot better than watermelon lemonade, despite the fact that I think I bought them around the same time. However, in the opening when I used this has a super strong alcohol smell that you need to let air out for a few seconds. So when I added this to my project, it was just right below the label, and now it is a little bit above the drug facts. I don't know if you could see, but if you could tell, the first number is a 3, meaning that this came out during 2013. It is when PocketBacs retailed $175. So yeah, I really enjoy this scent. Can't wait to be finally done with all my old ones that I was keeping as a collection, which I now know that I need to stop hoarding product. Okay, and then the soap that we are using, I believe in my dad's bathroom, is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. If you can see, the previous fill line was right about here, and now we only have a little bit left up to right here. I want to make a note that I feel like all the pumpkin scented soaps that we've tried so far, despite it being Harvest Pumpkin, Spice Clove, and Sugarcane, I feel like they're pretty light. So if anything, my family seems to be okay with pumpkin type scents, even though I feel like they're technically classified as a gourmand. I don't know. I think this is one of the ones that my family wouldn't mind if I were to purchase more of. However, I feel like the scent is just okay. And then the scent we added for late November going on to December, we have Winter Candy Apple. I really love this one. I feel like this was a surprise hit. I thought that more people weren't gonna care for this soap, but I feel like my mom, dad, sister, and myself, we both really like it. So I'm gonna stock up on this scent if I see it. The scent notes are red apple, winter rose petals, and candied orange. So as you can see, we made quite a bit of a progress. Here's the top, and now we are currently right here. So hopefully they have a lot of this scent during SAS because last time I had a hard time finding soaps. So since we finished winter, the winter room spray, we added fresh balsam. It started off at 2.2 ounces and right now it weighs at 1.9 ounces. And let me tell you, everyone loves this scent. I love it. My dad loves it. Even my mom, who's like the pickiest out of the bunch, she likes it. So I need more fresh balsam. I only bought one of these just to test them out. But yeah, I picture people finishing this because we still haven't put up our tree, unfortunately. But I have a feeling that since it's artificial, people are going to be spraying this around the tree just to give that more Christmassy feel. Next, we have my sister's hot cocoa and cream room spray. Since she'll be out during SAS, she told me to look out for a hot cocoa and cream room spray if I see one for 75% off because this thing just smells delicious. So previously it weighed 1.4 ounces and right now it weighs 1.3 and she is still using this exclusively before she goes to sleep, meaning that she only uses about one spray per day. So it might take her a while to finish this. Alright, so here is my Wallflower Duo plug. On the left side, we have Bright Christmas Morning, and then on the right, we have the Paris Cafe Blend. If you can tell, I think I've unplugged this a few times, but the lines are slightly off. Previously, they were all the way at the top, so I didn't mark it. I really like how the scents are super different from each other, so you can notice, or at least I can notice when I walk into my room, which one is plugged in. If I'm not mistaken, this might take me a month and a half more to finish because, of course, if I could, I would increase the scent intensity, but these just go at the normal rate. And since I finished all those wallflowers, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my turtle one because that's like my favorite one. And then I'm going to replace it with a scent. And the scent will be gingerbread marshmallow. I think it'll be very nice for the winter. I didn't really want to use this because I only had one of them and I don't really like ginger. So I thought, oh, what if I don't like it? But I think I'll go ahead and give this a try. So I went ahead and plugged it right now and even marked it. So I was expecting this to be very like gingerbread heavy, but this feels like it gets toned down a lot by the marshmallow in here, so I like it that it's a softer scent. And my plan for this one is to keep it on high the entire time, so we'll see if I can finish it within a month. For this month, I also plan to work on some of the single wicks, so here we have Pumpkin Spice Latte. This one doesn't light up anymore, so now I'm going to be warming this for this month. If you can see, at the time, the scent notes weren't listed at the bottom, so I can't tell you, but it's the same scent as High Pumpkin, Pumpkin Spice Latte, and it's a very creamy scent, and I am using this with my bottom plate warmer. So for the month of December, I will be warming up this one. And then a candle that I added in just recently is this White Barn version, marbled version of Strawberry Pound Cake. So the reason why I added this is because I thought, oh, the lid was looking a little bit rough. If you can see, a lot of what I think are the oils got stuck to the lid. However, let me tell you, this is such a strong candle. I thought that since this was one of my older strawberry pound cakes that it wouldn't perform as well. That's a lie. If you can see, I've only burned it maybe like once or twice. Here's the mark right now, and it was previously only maybe about like half an inch higher. But of course, the scent notes for strawberry pound cake are fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, whipped cream with essential oils. The candle might change how it performs, past the midway mark, but as of right now, the scent throw when lit is maybe about an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's really strong. I initially lit it up with my door closed and I had to open it because it was just that powerful that I had to let it air out or like my room air out. And even my sister who was in the kitchen could smell my candle that was burning in my room. So this performs really well. I kind of regret burning this one. Now I'm curious if the newer versions of strawberry pound cake are as good as the older ones, so after this one I might burn a new one just to compare the quality and all that. Moving on to the LUSH portion of my project Use It Up for this month, I have one empty, which was the Baked Alaska soap finally, yay. All I can think to say is good riddance. Previously it showed that it weighed 0.0 ounces. Despite it still having, of course, like product left. I think it's because the soap was just so thin that it didn't register on my scale. For Mary Berry soap, I really love this scent. Previously, it was 1.6 ounces and I had no progress last month, but now it weighs 1.4 ounces. Next, we have this Strawberry Santa soap. So previously, this weighed 0.9 ounces and now it weighs 0.5 ounces. And as you can tell, the bottom part like fell apart, and then like the strawberries right here that are meant to be exfoliating aren't really coming off. We'll see if I can finish this sometime soon. Next, we have my sister's The North Polar Bear Left the Tap On for the Northern Lights and Let 2 Years Out in One Go soap. She's using this to wash her hands, mainly in the shower. So previously this weighed 1.2 ounces and right now it weighs 0.9 ounces. Finally, the Celebrate Body Spray. I'm going like very slowly with this spray, so I don't know if I'll retire it or not. I think I'll decide by the end of next month depending on how much progress I make. But last month it weighed 4.4 ounces and now it weighs 4.3 ounces, so very minimal progress. But yeah, that is all my progress for my project Use It Up. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Okay, bye.